All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Keeping It 100. Today we're going to be doing something a little different here. We're going to be doing a quick review of the 2020 Ford F-550 by Ford strip chassis. Okay, if you guys wondering what this is, that's what it's called, a strip chassis. And basically the whole point of the strip chassis, generally speaking, this is a vehicle that is designed for, commercial use only, obviously. I mean, if somebody wanted to drive that, I guess they could, but, but generally speaking, strip chassis are pretty much for commercial use, heavy duty, okay, dual rear wheels. The majority of these, we'll take a closer look at this strip chassis here. All right. The majority of these trucks, generally speaking, are used for like tow trucks. For example, for these ones here with the longer strip chassis, usually are used for flatbed tow trucks. Okay. Some people use them as box trucks. You can put a box on the back of it. You can put a flatbed on the back of it. Some people put stake bodies on them. Some people even put, it's endless what you can do with, this, because it's a bare chassis. Whatever you need, you can use. I believe this chassis is 163 inches long, I believe. And so you can pretty much accommodate a lot of different things on here. Before going any further, man, I got one gripe with Ford, because actually I own a Ford. That's my Ford E350, E150 right there. Awesome van. I've had it for a long time. Man, that van just runs excellent. But one of the major, issues that I have with Ford is this right here. This is a brand new truck, okay? Ford, you got to just start using galvanized steel, okay? Or at least heat treated steel, something that is corrosion resistant. And if you're going to use regular steel, like look right here, that's rusting already. It's a brand new truck, but steel is going to rust. I had a Ford F-150 years ago, and it was so clean, but underneath it was totally rusted. But for in there, one good thing is at least it does have this frame. Well, like here, guys. You see that? You see that? You see that? It's starting to rust already. It's a brand new truck. That's just because Ford, y'all need to really step it up when it comes to corrosion prevention on your frames, man, and on your exhaust manifolds. That's always been an issue. But going forward, we're going to try to stay positive on this video. I just had a flashback of thinking of my F-150, which frame was totally rusted. But I do give them credit. They do have paint on the majority of the frame. Majority of the frame does have paint on it. Okay, so going forward, like I said, these trucks are basically used for heavy-duty commercial. They come with mainly two different engines. The majority of them have a 7.3 diesel, 7.3 diesel, which has 400 and excuse me, I believe that has 470. Let me see, 470, around about 470 horsepower, guys, on a diesel engine. And it also comes with a 6.2 gasoline engine. So those are the two options that you have when it comes to this particular vehicle. One thing that is nice, they give you steps, step guard here that you will need to get inside of one of these. Most people, at least, are. So, but anyway, guys, let's go ahead and take a closer look inside of the Ford F-550 strip chassis. All right, I think this truck is pretty cool. This is the Super Duty, and I got to give Ford a lot of credit, because even though this is pretty much a commercial work truck, I gotta admit, it doesn't feel anything like a work truck. It feels like a regular daily driver, man. It's it's an awesome, nice truck here. And not only that, man, but probably something else that I will admit that, besides the fact that the truck is very comfortable, they have really stepped up. The standard equipment that comes in some of the work trucks. Because back in the day, you basically had nothing. They were stripped down to the bone. I mean, you had windows that used to roll down. You were lucky if you had air conditioning. You would have air conditioning, AM, FM stereo, and that was about it. But they have really stepped it up to making these trucks come with standard features. I don't even think you can no longer get roll down windows or manual locks or windows. Those are the things that come standard. So that's a very good thing. Okay. Interior is pretty standard. Nothing overly exciting about it. All the basic things that you need. Here on the door, you have your power windows. Okay. Over here, you have your power locks. You have your one thing about the power mirror, you also have power mirrors. One thing about the power mirrors that is pretty cool is that not only can you flip the mirrors in for parking, or if you don't want anyone to hit your mirror, okay, but you can also, on this particular one, extend the mirrors outward and inward, and they give you a really nice blind spot mirror in there as well. And it's pretty cool, man. It's mirrors are very important when it comes to vehicles like this, of being able to see. Okay, so going forward here on the dashboard, guys, pretty standard. You got your RPM gauge here and your miles per hour. You got 100 miles per hour on the dash. Like I said, you got a 7.3 diesel and a 6.2 single overhead cam V8, and both of those engines are paired to a let's see if we can get a quick shot. Paired to a 10-speed transmission. Paired to a 10-speed transmission, which is down here, and that thing is a monster. That thing is a monster. Okay. Not only that, man, let's take a look at these calipers. Look at these rotors, man. These rotors are freaking huge. This is just two-wheel drive. You got like the I-bolt style chassis, which is good. Coil springs could be maybe a little more heavy duty in my opinion, but they look pretty good. Underneath it has all the nice paint and different things of that nature on it, so that's a plus. That is painted, but I think they should be powder coated instead of just painted, but that's just me. Like I say, as you can see, like that's rust right there already. Forward. Step your game up on your corrosion protection. Anyway, like I say, this Ford F-150. Let's go back to the inside just for a minute. This is a 26.5 gallon tank. So it's a pretty decent amount of fuel that you can get in there. And got lumbar support here on the seats. Manual seats. Okay, no power there. Manual seats. You guys know how that works. Manual seats. Got your rubber floor mat down here, which is good because if you are doing commercial work, you want a rubber mat. You don't want carpet because for obvious reasons. Back to like we were saying, mirrors are a nice feature. Headlights, pretty standard. You got your automatic fog lights, and pretty standard stuff there. Cool thing that they do offer is not on this particular one, but they usually will have where you can control your trailer brake here. Okay, so that's an option that you can add, where you can instead of wearing the brakes out in your truck, you can use your trailer brakes. Okay, you got a nice little infotainment center here. It's pretty standard, nothing all that fantastic. But like I said, a lot better than some of the work trucks used to be in the past, because now you have your radio, you have your media, you have your phone, okay, and you got the menu button there, and probably most important is you can pair Bluetooth. You can pair your Bluetooth to it and listen to what you want to instead of having to listen to just radio. Like I say, back in the day, it used to be just AM FM radios. So anyway, pretty cool here. Got your hazard button nice and close. All right, and you got traction control where you can turn, if you want to, you can turn your traction control off. All right, and radio controls here. Tune is pretty straightforward. Okay, presets lets you know if your passenger airbag is off, if there's if you have someone in the passenger seat, okay, and the weight isn't heavy enough, like it pick it up as a child, it turns the airbag off. So that's pretty cool. Up here you have if you guys can see it, the lighting is terrible today. Basically you just got your map light on both sides here. Okay, 2 map lights there. All right, then you got it for the here in the middle is for your cargo area light, and then you got the option to either have the lights come on with the door, or you can just have them where they don't come on at all. Got a little area up here for miscellaneous storage, which comes in handy. You can put your cell phone up there or whatever else you want to put up there. All right, center here you got a nice little center console here. Got room for 2 fairly good sized cup holders, and a little area, you know, you could probably put a phone there too if you wanted to, or a notepad or whatever. And then you also, in here you have some additional storage. Not that deep, but that's because this is actually part of the center seating area option. Yes, I'll show you guys in just a second here. One good thing that I think is pretty cool, this is like a multifunctional console, because it's comfortable enough to where, you know, your arm could be on there comfortably, but it's also nice and flat, and it's firm enough to where if you had a document or something, you could write on it on here, or just put a clipboard. It's a nice flat surface for working and writing and different things of that nature. All right, and there's plenty of room, a lot of leg room. The seat is just about all the way back. You also have pretty cool a seat belt, shoulder seat belt for the center seat, which is right here. Okay, you got your center seat, fairly decent size if you're driving around with the crew or whatever, or if you do decide to use this for a tow truck. You know, you can have 2 passengers in it instead of 1, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, as far as safety, you got dual airbags, you got curtain airbags, and you know, like I say, it's pretty much a work truck, so it's not gonna have a ton of different things, guys. You know, but it has the things, it had essential things. You got 2 glove compartments here, you got 1 here, okay, that you can put some things in, and you also have 1 here, okay, where you also can store some items as well. All right, so good amount of storage. Got some more miscellaneous storage down here, miscellaneous storage here. All right, and got your little area for your change, like if you want to put your quarters in there for parking or something along those lines. And yeah, you know, other than that, man, the interior is pretty straightforward. You got nice door speakers here, you got some tweeters up there, and you got some speakers back there as well. So probably got a pretty, you know, nice, decent sounding sound system. Nothing extravagant, but you know, it'll get the job done. And yeah, as far as the inside, that's about it, man. Other thing is you also have your tow haul that's integrated into your shifter here, where you can do the plus or minus if you are towing something. That can help you for the transmission to shift different ways, so it won't put so much strain on the brakes as you have more control and different things of that nature. Yeah, so pretty cool here. Only other thing we haven't seen, we got a couple of got a USB port down here for USB charging. Got a 12-volt there, 12-volt for whatever else you might use that for, and you got another 12-volt here, and you got a 120, so you can plug in some actual, you know, if you need to plug something in that has that, you can do that as well. Other thing, I don't know if I showed you guys this, you got some auxiliary, man, the lighting is terrible in here. You got some auxiliary buttons here for controlling different things, whatever you decide to use this truck for. You got some auxiliary switches, like some people might use that for the if it's a tow truck, the caution side, the caution lights, or it could be whatever you decide to use it for. Okay, and got the airbag back here, and adjustable seat belts and all this good stuff. Yeah, nothing all too crazy. Nice little handle here, help you and your passengers get out and in of the truck. And you know, other than that, man, pretty straightforward. Little mirror over here in case you're driving your girl around in your F-550 Super Duty for whatever reason. We'll take a quick peek underneath the hood, and that'll just about conclude this video. But like I said, man, you know, I'm all about entrepreneurship and promoting entrepreneurship. So, you know, guys, if you're out there and you're working in whatever business you're doing, like my van right there, for example, it's a 2007, you know, but you never know, man. You gotta, you know, think big, man. You know, this truck is in the ballpark of between $40,000 and $50,000. This particular one is $47,598. Okay, but you know, you gotta think big, man. You know, think big, think big, think big. So let's take a quick little peek at this engine here. All right, nice engine. This is the 6. Yes, this is the 6.2 V8 engine with the 10-speed transmission. So pretty cool engine there. All right, shut her on down, man. Get ready to reach for this one. And side note, guys, you also have a 6.7 Power Stroke diesel. Even though the 7.3 diesel was a great motor, but it does have a 6.7 liter turbo diesel, and this is a shorter chassis, strip chassis. This would be probably used for like a dynamic tow truck. So just to let you guys see that there are a few different options, but it is still an F-550, so it can handle the workload. Just has a smaller chassis. 9 times out of 10, this one probably would only be used for a dynamic tow truck. And you also have your wiring here for your lighting and different things of that nature. And this also comes with the 10-speed transmission. Nice. So that is the 2020 Ford F-550 Super Duty strip chassis commercial truck. And yeah, this is at Liberty Ford in Maple Heights, Ohio. I got a salesperson here I do a lot of business with, and it's pretty good. I would recommend coming down here and check them out if you're in the Cleveland area. Got a lot of different varieties here. And plus, they got a huge indoor showroom as well. So, you know, all that being said, it's gonna pretty much wrap this review up. And I appreciate you guys watching, and see you in the next video. All right, y'all. Peace.